I'm Jared Erickson, and I teach at Spanaway Lake High School, and these are 5 of my advanced placement government politics students. This presentation they're going to give you is entirely theirs. They came up with the ideas, they came up with the content. I just sort of guided them in the direction of where I thought this group would, what this group would want to hear. Just a real quick introduction. This is Jesse. Okay. This is Barry, Arlesia, Jessica, and Jacob. And I won't take any more of their time. They're going to talk to you today about what blended learning has meant to them.
Okay. So for this presentation, I would just like you guys to just go ahead and think about the things that everyone else has talked about, the things that we've been thinking about, and the things that I'm going to talk about, or the rest of us are going to talk about, as metaphorical fruits. So just as learning styles can be a banana, or an equalizer for all students could be, you know, strawberries. And we also have hands-on technology as, you want raspberries? Okay, we'll do raspberries. Cherries. How the blended learning can get us career and college ready as bananas, and so on and so forth. Did I really? Okay, I'm sorry. And I would just like you guys to just think about that. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to paper.
Okay, so I want you guys to do something for me. Can you guys think back to when you guys were in high school? Just kind of go back and think about when you guys were in high school. When you guys were in high school, you probably learned through a series of speeches or lectures. And don't get me wrong, that's a great way to learn and to take up information, but only if you're an auditory learner, because someone like myself, who is a kinesthetic learner, or someone who's a visual learner, learning like that isn't really going to help them. It's only going to help you if you're an auditory learner. So through the blended learning program that we've been using for the last year, we've been able to use all sorts of applications that benefit our learning styles. Just for an example, like the video that we watched earlier when they did the mock Congress, we actually did that in our class, and we could have just learned Congress, or the way that they run Congress, through reading a book or hearing Mr. Erickson, who it probably would have been a great lecture, but it doesn't get through to all students. So we were able to do the mock Congress thing, and myself, who was a very hands-on type of learner, that was a great way for me to learn. And I just think that all students should have a fair and equal education, and to have someone who just learns through speeches, that's not really fair to someone who's more of a hands-on type of learner. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it on to Arlesia.
Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to talk about hands-on technology. And again, keep thinking about when you were in the educational system, being elementary, junior high, high school, even college. Now think about your most difficult subject it was for you to grasp. I can guarantee that there is an app and a website out there that could have helped you with that. In both the Google Play Store and the App Store, they have both reached the 1 million app mark. So that being said, of course you can tell that the sky is limitless for the amount of information that is actually out there. As students today, our extracurricular opportunities are so vast, with it sports or after-school clubs, youth groups, even just simple family obligations. they don't always coincide with the schedules of our teachers, especially the ones that we really need that extra time with. So we can't really take that extra time that we really need to understand the subject that we really don't get. But with the apps, or just the type of technology that we can have at our hands, then we can learn it when we don't have practice, or when we're not taking care of our little siblings and whatnot. Like, this is a screenshot of my phone. And this is my educational folder. It was taken at 12:36 in the morning. As teenagers, we have so many different times and so many different ways of being able to learn and when we're most productive, whether that be 1 in the morning or 12 in the afternoon. And with hands-on technology, we're really able to take the content into our own hands. And in the classroom, we know that there's a vast range from the different speeds amongst students. If you're a more advanced student, then with a laptop at your desk, you're less likely to become bored with the content and the actual curriculum. So if you need to move on, then you can. You have that opportunity. And if you're a slower learner, then you have the opportunity to sit back or even go back if you really have to. And with hands-on technology, we literally have the ability to understand the content in the palms of our hands. So with that, here's Jessica.
All right, so I know we've been asking you to use your imagination a lot, but I know you have it in you to keep imagining. So I want you to visualize a group of students ages, let's say 7 to 18. What are they doing? You don't have to answer me, it's okay. So I'm going to guess that some of you, if not most of you, said that they were on their phones, laptops, tablets, watching TV, on the computer, anything, with all the devices that we have today available to us. And the reason that our generation is associated with technology so often is because it's what we know, it's what we've been raised with. This right here is a picture of my 2-year-old niece, personally, on my phone. And her favorite thing to do is to go onto the iPad and go to ABC Mouse to study her alphabet. She's 2. So I think that it's amazing how technology is being introduced to our youth at such a young age. According to Nourish Interactive, by the age of 3, internet usage daily is up to 25%, and by the age of 5, that doubles to 50%. Imagine if all of that was spent on educational applications and websites. That would be awesome. That would be amazing. With that, growing up with technology, we get a sense of how familiar we get with it, and it comforts us. So integrating that into school also transfers that comfort to school. Because as a student myself, going into school, a lot of times I feel scared and I feel uncomfortable because as much as we all hate to admit it, our biggest fear is failure. So when we go to school and we think, oh, we're just being set up to fail, it's not fun. But when we go to school with something that we're comfortable with, we can go in with a sense of confidence and be eager and ready to learn. Go into school and say, hey, I know this. I use my computer every day. I know how to do this on the internet. I play this game at home all the time. And so you can really go to school and think, I can do this, I have this. And then my personal favorite part about it is doing this blended in class with Erickson, is that if I didn't get something in class, I could go home and watch the YouTube videos that he sent to us on our online classroom. I could study at home whenever I needed to. And that's the best part about this blended, is that it works for you no matter what, because if you don't get it in class, you can do it at home. You have all these different, like Arlise said, applications to help you learn, no matter what time of the day. And the last thing that I think is most important about how tech savvy we are as the youth in America and in Washington, is that every day is not only a chance for students to learn, but to teachers to learn as well. And I think that if you're in an environment where it's the teachers learning as well as the student, that in itself is a success. And so I'm going to pass that off to Jacob.
Thanks. Okay, so I'm going to be speaking about closing the school being like the grade equalizer for students. And so think back when you were students back in a couple of years ago, I guess. you guys ran into students who had less resources than you, most likely, because it still happens today. And so maybe it was one of you guys had 24 encyclopedias. We have Wikipedia. You guys, which we use the internet for. And so, with my experiences at school today, is that we go to school and we use technology in blended programs, or we use technology in the labs. But every year since I've been in school, there's always been kids who were like, "I hate technology," and that's mainly because they don't have it at home. And so, if we infuse technology in when kids are younger, in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, that the more and more they use it, the more and more comfortable they'll be in it, and the more they'll be ready, career ready, and opportunity ready in the future. And also, when so like as we go through school and we use technology, it's going to be like a gap, opportunity gap closer, because now not only like some kids have it at home, they'll give the kids that don't have it at home, maybe they come from less fortunate houses or homes, they'll be able to use technology to their advantage and learn and be able to be career ready. And with that, pass it back to Jesse for the conclusion.
And so, talking about college and career ready, the fact that technology has advanced so much in the past 10, 20 years that we already have institutions specialized in technology and like engineering and all these things. And we have jobs created specifically for technology, such as IT or computer software programmers or even computer engineers. The things that we're doing in class, that this is actually a picture from our class, well, besides Perry, he has a 6th period, using the iPads to create an assignment that Mr. Erickson has assigned us. And we had to research things on our iPad, take that research, compile it into a product, and then have that product being shown and evaluated to our classmates, and we can receive that evaluation. And that sounds very familiar to you guys, doesn't it? Having things, creating a product, and have it being evaluated, whether or not be a colleague or your higher up. So what we're doing in class with these technologies that are available to us and all of us, we're creating skills that we will be able to use countless amounts of times in college and in the workforce, which is not very far away for any of us. So the things that we can accomplish with the blended learning and the endless amounts of devices that we can, well, not endless, but the amounts of devices that we have at our exposure is amazing. It's making kids smart. And when I say smart, I don't necessarily mean intelligent or their SAT scores. I mean the capacity to learn and the desire to learn, which is a huge thing that we need to worry about. And that's exactly what we've experienced being a pilot for this amazing opportunity. And all we need for you guys is to take those fruits that we've talked about today and put them in that blender and mix it to have a truly amazing, refreshing, technology-based blended smoothie that we can feed to not just the students of America or Washington State, but to the future leaders of America that we're raising. And that's it.